I'm Maxwell Garcia. Today is December 1st, and just yesterday, Spotify 2022 Wrapped dropped, along with like the YouTube Music, the Apple Music, like replay. Those dropped too. Coincidental on the same day? I think not. I think those execs there are trying to catch the same attention as Spotify does every year with their Wrapped, and everyone posting it everywhere on social media. And I'm also excited for other Wraps, like type things to come out. Duolingo has a Wrap that's gonna come out. I wish YouTube had one. It would not be that hard to collect how much minutes you've had, who's your like top 5 watch creators of the year. Like that just would be nice to see, and it's not that hard to do. I think it would be very easy for the CS people down at Google to do that. So here's Spotify Wrapped. I honestly wish Spotify Wrapped dropped in late December, like right before 2023. So we could get that like November and early December music listening data, because right now it's only through January 1st through October 31st. So artists like Taylor Swift, they're not really popping up in Wraps because their new album's not a part of everyone's data. Neither is like Drake's and 21 Savage's collab album. That's not a part of it. But Spotify 2022 Wrapped is here. This is my first ever Spotify Wrapped. Kind of one of the reasons I switched to Spotify, actually, because Apple Music's replay, I mean, number one, it's not even in the app. You have to go to a website, and it's just completely lackluster to like the creative little fun stuff that Spotify does with their Wraps. Last year they had the true or false. I was kind of looking forward to a true or false like that this year, and kind of play around with your friends to see, oh, do you know your friends' listening history? But no true or false this time. And I have to say, in both music and podcasts, the number one artist in both of those categories match my number one artist for both of those categories. So for the music, Bad Bunny was the number one music artist of the year of 2022, and my number one artist of 2022 is Bad Bunny. The number one podcast is the Joe Rogan Experience, and my number one podcast is the Joe Rogan Experience. So I guess I'm kind of basic with my music and podcast listening, but not too basic, because I have some kind of surprises that most people my age probably wouldn't have, as everyone does. I mean, music is so eclectic that you could have such a well mix of everything. So you open up your home screen. I love the Spotify home screen over the Apple Music home screen. I've never done a full like Spotify review, but I mean, Spotify's layout is just beautiful with these 3 tabs. That's all you need. And I love this new feature of the big bold letters of all the music that comes in the search, because when you're searching, the only like top few things are going to be relevant. And when I'm like running and trying to select my songs through like a search, having those like small fonts, it just didn't help. And I'm really not like a big font guy, but this is helpful. So let's go to my Spotify Wrapped. I'll show you my top songs later and show you the songs. So you could kind of guess which musicals happened in Tallahassee based off my most listened to songs. And one of those was definitely Heather's, which my girlfriend was in like this summer. So this is my Wrapped. This year you ventured into the genreverse. Oh yes. We got Bruno right here. We don't talk about Bruno, no. Number one is show tunes, Broadway music, like Lindenwell type stuff, you know. Number 2 is rap. Number 3 is lo-fi beats for when I'm studying. 4 is pop, so definitely a rap pop guy. And then trap Latino for Bad Bunny in the Viva Latino playlist. I think that's what it's called. I'll put it up here. From sunrise to sunset, you kept it interesting. I really don't like this slide, and by the way, I already spoiled myself. This is not the first time I'm seeing it. I just have to say that. This is just, you know, in the future, see how my music taste changes, and how the Spotify Wrap changes too, because I'm a fan of Spotify in general, and their UI. Oh yeah, I don't understand this slide at all. Hopeless, romantic, comforting, heartache is the type of feels I had in me. All that listening added up. Y dime que quieres, bebé, y tú eres mi bebé. I actually have that song lyric up on the wall. So I'll take a video of that and just overlay it over here. That had 19,773 minutes. That's, like everybody, see how many hours? 19,773 divided by 60. Unit conversion. 329 hours. 329 divided by 24 to get the amount of days. That's 13 days of music listening. More than 72% of other people. Otra y sabe que me pongo bellaco. No somos nada, pero estamos votos hace rato. Moscow Mule was a Bad Bunny song I tried to learn at first, and then I just switched to Effecto, which is much easier to learn. I actually memorized that whole song, but only like half of this, and I listened to this one 126 times. He played 1,470 songs, but these played again and again and again. All Bad Bunny songs. So yeah, Effecto and Moscow Mule are 1 and 2 because I was trying to learn them. I mean, I love those songs, by the way. That's why I was trying to learn them. And then 3, Me Fui de Vacaciones. I love that Bad Bunny song. And then Titi Me Pregunto, una novia, mucha novia, una mañana otra, and then Después de la Playa, of course. Another Heather song. And then I already added the top songs of 2022 to my library. And then my top artist, I already said it. #1 artist on Spotify this year. Puerto Rico, born and raised. I was in the top 3% of Bad Bunny listeners. You couldn't stop listening to Moscow Mule. Baby, tú eres mi droga, esta noche no le baje. You like these artists so much, we put them on a magazine. Kind of. Lin made it! And Chance the Rapper, who's been in my top 5 artists every single year since 2016, is still up there. And I just got the 20% battery pop-up, which should be a notification from the top and not a pop-up that blocks everything. Side note on Apple UI. But Bad Bunny, Harry Styles, As It Was is playing. Oh, in this world, it's not the same as it was at home. Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell, and nobody's coming to help. And I, Chance the Rapper, and then Olivia Rodrigo, which I saw her concert this month, and then Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think Lin-Manuel would actually be higher. It's just that he's not like the artist of every song. Like, he should be counting to every time I listen to like not Bruno songs, and Canto songs, but I don't think he is, even though he wrote them. It's like a singer versus songwriter. It should count for both, but either way. And then, not many people have this, but I listened to 6,000 minutes of podcasts, and there's Joe Rogan #1, Taylor Swift EV #2, Strong Opinion Sports by Zach Schaumler, and then Taylor Swift Tech is 4, and then Ava Jules, a podcast. I honestly thought Lex Friedman was going to come in at 5th. I was kind of surprised, but there is Ava Jules on my mind. This year, you had layers, like an onion. Oh my goodness. And then this is like the new thing. That's kind of like the Myers-Briggs personality psychology test, but for music. Exploration, newness, variety, and uniqueness. Okay. Oh, to see. And this is everything next to each other. My top 5 songs are Bad Bunny. It really shows me trying to learn Spanish. And this song too. And Broadway music is my #1 genre to listen to. So then moving on to the top songs, I just want to highlight that didn't make the top 5 cut. No Se Habla de Bruno was #6. Almost made it. As It Was 7. And Dulce is just messing with my camera now. And then Surface Pressure was 8. Mi Porto Bonito was 10. And then We Don't Talk About Bruno was in English this time, was 11th. And then we got Child of God, Running Up That Hill with No Problem. Classic Stranger Things song. Freeze Your Brain, one of my favorite songs in the Heathers. Lemon Tree, I love that song by Post Malone that came out this year. Moon by Kanye West, even though he's kind of canceled. And then we have Betty by Young Gravy, Out of Time, a great weekend song. Anything else I want to highlight? Not really. Enemy, but I feel like that came out last year. I don't think Arcane was a this year's show. Doesn't feel like it. And yeah. Oh, Star Walking was there. Star Walking is a great song. And then Missed Hits. This is all like the popular songs that I didn't listen to. Oh, these are for sure recommended popular songs to me. But yeah, that's my Spotify Wrapped for 2022. And yeah, I'll be listening to more music in 2023. I probably will stay subscribed to Spotify Premium with the student probably until I graduate from college. So we're going to get some more Spotify Wraps.